planning trips will never be the same again. ChatGPT can help you figure out exactly where you should go, plan the route, calculate your budget, even tell you if there is a place to charge your phone on a train or at station, or which perfume to choose at duty-free. But if you want it to really work, you need to use it wisely. Stick around till the end, I'll share all my secrets. And hey, give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Why I come to Normandy for vacation? It's not hot here, unlike Lisbon where I live. I've gotten used to being away from big cities, but I can't imagine living far from the ocean anymore after 2 years in Portugal. You can get here in 2 hours with a direct flight from Lisbon. My ticket to Nantes with a low-cost airline was just 30 euros, and the one back from Paris was 75. I'll share my total budget for this 1-week trip later in this video, so watch closely. This was my first time planning a trip with ChatGPT, but it wasn't helpful or accurate everywhere. For example, ChatGPT didn't know that in order to get that iconic shoot with the winding little stream and the castle in the ground, it's not enough to just catch high tide, which happens every 6 hours or so. You need a day when the water current in the bay is actually strong. The most impressive tides happen during full moons and new moons, especially in March and April. But I went in June, and it was just a random day. Good thing I pooped into the post office to send a postcard that tourists info center is there too. They had a screen with tide levels, and someone actually showed me the schedule and explained that those epic photos happen when not only tidal water but also rainwater fills the streams. Still, I don't regret climbing over a fence to reach that Instagram famous photo shoot. I ended up hanging out with some ships on a green hill. Super atmospheric here. But something ChatGPT did really well, like helping me narrow down my saved map pins and figure out which places I should visit right now based on my mood. We had some deep conversations about, and I gave it a prompt. Based on everything you know about me, my interest, lifestyle, emotional state, tell me which places I should stay longer in and which I can just pass through. Because from photos alone it's often hard to get the real vibe, and I don't like preparing too much, I never have the time. The name of the road it gave me was Live, Breathe, Be Inspired, and the theme it picked was embodiment, creativity, aesthetic, salt and wind, inner peace, feminine strength. It gave me short vibe description of each place with arguments why they were right for me. For example, about Mont Saint-Michel, it says, it will give you a sense of magic and timeless beauty, and that's exactly what you need right now, inspiration and slowing down, a perfect place to reset. Sold! What expressed me most at Saint-Michel was actually the power of nature. It has the highest tides in Europe, where water level can shift up to 50 meters. On moment, it's an island, the next it reveals kilometers of seabed. You can walk barefoot across. Powerful stuff. Hear how ChatGPT describes the vibe of other towns I ended up visiting. For example, Nantes, where I landed, a creative and lively city with a strong art scene, lots of places to reflect and get inspired. It's by the water but not overrun with tourists. Vibe, modern art, slow living, soulful urban design. After Saint-Michel, I went to Deauville. Pardon my French. So Deauville is more fancy but still elegant. A Parisian vacation spot with a film festival, casinos and stylish women in hats. White beach, designer stores and villas in Norman style. It's a place if you want to feel like you're in a French movie. A bit of chic but not too much. Trouville-sur-Mer, if I pronounce correct, it's warmer, more down to earth, less glam, more cozy, perfect if you want the sea, some charm and that real France feel without crowds. Étretat, I'm still don't know if I pronounce correct, sorry for that. Étretat or Étretat? Absolutely stunning visually. If you're a visual person like me, you would love the natural sculptural cliffs. On the way there, I made a few more stops. Honfleur, picturesque port town and inspired by Impressionists, colorful houses, boats, markets, cafes, romantic, white, visually inspiring. Great if you want that French postcard feel without the stress. Le Havre, but actually they say Garve, industrial and kind of emotionally empty. Which of these places do you think deserve its own video? Or should I cover everything in one big Normandy vlog? Let me know in comments and subscribe if you want to see the vlog with all that stops. Talking to AI is like talking to a therapist or brand strategist like me. The more open you are, the more helpful it becomes. In my work, I build brand strategies, and that starts with understanding the founder, their true motivations, values, their personality, and often shape the brand. And the better we understand our audience fears, desires, lifestyle, the better we can speak to them through images and messages. So I'm used to asking people some pretty personal questions, and I don't mind doing the same with ChatGPT. The more honest you are, the more accurate the answers. Of course, AI doesn't feel, it just simulates what's called cognitive empathy. I really believe that empathy and critical thinking are going to be the most important skills in the age of AI. Our ability to feel and think clearly, that's what makes us human and competitive. And to grow empathy, I think you need experience like this. Solo trips where you're in deep contact with yourself and the world, where you slow down and ask, what am I feeling right now? Wonder, fear, warmth, joy, exhaustion. I've been doing solo trips for about 15 years. Back when I had zero budget, no internet, and didn't even speak English properly. I had to be observant. There was no one to ask, and even on this trip, that skill came in handy. I arrived by train to Pontorson and had to find the shuttle to Mont Saint-Michel. Google Maps didn't help, ChatGPT didn't help, but ChatGPT gave me one good piece of advice. Ask at the station counter, he said, which I'd completely forgotten was even an option. Turned out the shuttle stop had been moved to the other side of the station after renovation, totally unmarked. I barely made the last bus. Transport planning was another challenge. ChatGPT didn't always know the local schedule. There are like 5 different versions depending on the day, season, or whether it's a holiday. And guess what? My trip fell on Whit Monday, a public holiday. ChatGPT didn't catch it. So I ended up photographing timetables at the stop and asking hotel staff to help decode them. In Honfleur, there was some local sea festival going on. All my power banks failed the night before trip. ChatGPT helped me figure out where I could charge up. In French trains, it turns out first class usually has an outlet at every seat, second class one shared between 2, regional trains depends on the train model. It even told me where to find outlets at the stations. Lifesaver. To save battery, I mostly kept my phone in airplane mode. It turned into a bit of a digital detox. No Instagram, no leaf reflection. I only turned it on to check things with ChatGPT, like do I need to leave a tip? He said no. In France, including Normandy, tips are appreciated but not accepted. What ChatGPT got wrong? Driving. It said an unsecure driver shouldn't rent a car in Normandy, but honestly, driving there seemed fine. No scary highways or curves. It would have made things easier if I would have been so stressed about missing a bus or getting on the wrong train. But I haven't driven in years, so maybe it was for me the best. And public transport was way cheaper. I bought my ticket in the SNCF Connect app, super convenient. Tickets stay available offline and you get push notifications about your train and the platform. I found the app through ChatGPT when we were building the road. I asked ChatGPT to check the weather for my exact route and dates. Wasn't sure if I should wear my sporty warm jacket, not windproof, or my trench coat. He suggested layering and even helped build a capsule for each city. Something comfy for nature and travels days, something a bit more elegant for dressier towns. He warned me about wind and rain, good call, but his prediction that I'd be in a t-shirt during the day, totally off. I wore layers pretty much everywhere. Normandy is fresh and moody like that. My rain poncho doubled as a beach mat when I just wanted to lie down on the sand in Deauville. Budget. ChatGPT estimates 700 to 1,000 euros. Reality about 1,100 plus 105 for flights. Hotel prices were a bit higher, but I chose nice places close to stations. And entrance to the Mont Saint-Michel Abbey is now 16, not 11, as ChatGPT said. And one more thing, I wanted to leave France with a new perfume. I didn't have much time and I always had a weak sense of smell, so I sent him photos of the sale perfumes and he broke them down for me. Nose, longevity, how they smell, and wherever they match my vibe. So, ChatGPT is a great assistant, but like with people, the more you open up, the more helpful it becomes. Just don't turn your brain off.